Get therapy.
I'm not ready.
Get therapy.
What's going on? Welcome back to another Wednesday live stream, which was unexpected, but we ended up having enough time to do it. So super excited to be here.
Look at Josh doing extra work when he should be taking a break.
Well, I will be taking a break this weekend. I won't be on for
that's right.
2 episodes in the coming week. So I'll have my break. It'll be fine. But yeah, we're back. My name is Josh, here for another Wednesday live stream. Joined with me is John. What's going on, buddy?
What's up? Bolt up. Go Chargers.
Yeah, John's very, very high on his Chargers team, which how's it feel to finally have a team that's doing something, John?
It feels amazing after years and years of disappointment. This feels nice.
Nice. Yeah, I've been in a few survivor pools this year. Still in it, which I'm excited about. I got to say that Dallas game had me clutching.
That was a wild game.
Yeah.
Oh my God. My wife's in a chat saying Raiders already. Get the fuck out of here, babe.
Didn't the Raiders lose to the Chargers?
You damn right. Fuck the Raiders.
And hockey starts soon too, so I'm excited about that.
And basketball.
Peak
How's your
season.
team looking like this year?
Worse, but it's fine. We'll live.
I think we're gonna be in the same boat, buddy. The Suns are gonna be trash this year.
Hell yeah. Jays are looking good though, so we got that at least.
Padres as well. Houston's up there too, so maybe all three of us could possibly meet down the line.
That'd be cool. So today we're going to be doing some Reddit stories. It's much like a regular episode, except John and I go back and forth, kind of choosing from whatever subreddit we want. So we have overlapped occasionally. So hopefully that doesn't happen again. But super excited to be here. It's my anniversary on Saturday, so I'm super excited. We're celebrating this weekend, going down to Niagara Falls, and gonna have a nice weekend away. But yeah, what are you up to this weekend, John?
I'm chilling.
Nice. That's it. Okay.
I'm chilling. We're usually on the go. We have three trips upcoming for actually 4 now, if you think about it, the rest of the year. And then Julia and I are planning where we're going to next year already. So we're pretty pumped.
Yeah, you guys are very busy people.
Spoiler, we're going to Greece and Italy, baby.
Damn. I want to go back to Greece, but I don't think it'll happen for a few more years. So unfortunate, but yeah. Someone mentioned that Ned from the Try Guys came out with a video. Is that true? Because that is not something I had on my bingo card in 2025. That's crazy.
Peek behind the scene when we saw that someone said it on the chat. I'm like, wait, that's the dude that cheated, right?
It is. Yeah, he's going to do a podcast. Correct. It's an hour-long episode. Man, I want to dissect it, but I don't know if I can do it live. I've never done that live, so I feel weird about it.
An hour is crazy.
Holy. So confirmed, all the worst people just get into podcasting. That's how it be, I guess. Man. All right, John. Well, do you want to just hop in early to these stories?
Yeah, let's get into it. But before we do that, guys, it's September 17th right now. You have about a couple weeks to get the merch out currently and on redditwikishop.com. We have 2 options. You have the Kitty Rich merch as well as the Emo Ween merch. And if you miss it this month, don't worry. In 2 months, all our merch designs are going to be up in November. So it's okay. But like always, 50% of the profits for this month will go towards a charity.
Shout out to Eliana, who says, hello from Singapore. Happy anniversary to Josh and Sienna. Thank you very much.
Hey.
Appreciate that. Please don't start the stories yet. I just got slapped in the face with an ad. Well, we can delay a little bit longer. I can give you a rundown. So this will be posted on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and YouTube, and as well as Patreon afterwards. So if you can't stay for the whole thing, you can go back and watch later or listen later, wherever you listen to the podcast.
Oh, yeah. Also, we are planning on meeting up in November. So if you're in the Toronto area,
Stay tuned.
may be planning to do a live show there. So depending if things fall into place and see if we can get everything that we need, we may be able to see y'all in person. So we shall see.
Yeah, I'm super excited and a little nervous to be in person in front of people doing a show. I think that'll be a little nerve-wracking, but I'm excited.
I haven't been on a stage performing since high school.
Sean might have been. He's been
Sean
the last
should
one on
like
stage.
it. He's a dancer. Yes.
Yeah. So he
should eat up the crowd. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we'll make him do a dance routine.
We'll make him do dance, monkey dance is what we'll make him do.
From all the work he's made us do by ourselves the last month? Come on.
You damn right. Like yesterday. Oh, first of all, Sean is sick right now, so please send all the well wishes for Sean. But this boy was like, "Hey, I'm gonna give me a few hours. I'm gonna take a nap, see how I feel." This boy was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna skip today." Me and Josh were scrambling. I'm like, "Fuck, we need to get an episode."
So next Monday's episode might be a little
all over the place.
Yeah, a little all over the place. Shout out to Kimberly, who sends $5. Said, "Send good vibes to finally get hired. Been a stay-at-home mom for almost 2 years and want to help my family out financially. Wishing all the best. I know
good luck to you.
The job market's not the best right now, but I'm pulling for you.
You can do it.
All right, John. Let's hop into some stories here.
All right. I got 2 short ones that I can knock back to back if you like.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, if you want to do that first.
All right. Well, let's do this subreddit. Let's go to r/traumatize them back.
Okay. This is your bread and butter.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This one is from Christine ASW4. It's a screenshot. Again, this is a very short one, but I saw this on social media, and it's just a guy in a picture with a text saying, "While eating my lunch at McDonald's, I noticed a little boy about 7 staring at me. He then walked up and said, 'Why are you so ugly?'"
Oh my God.
These goddamn kids.
That's crazy.
Goddamn little gremlins.
Oh.
I paused and whispered to him, "I'm not supposed to tell, but I came back in a time machine. I'm you from the future." He walked back to his table and cried a solid 20 minutes.
It would be so funny if you were like, if this kid's like white and you're not. How does that happen?
It's like, where the hell did my color go? And then the top comment for this one, they also had another funny story from S Jarfish. They put, "One time I was babysitting this kind of annoying little boy and he refused to drink his milk. Like, I was sitting at the table forever trying to convince him to drink the glass of milk that he had asked me for so it wouldn't have to go to waste. Anyway, he kept swinging his legs and procrastinating. He was obviously enjoying making me more frustrated until after a while he asked me, why is your face covered in all those little pimples?" And then they provided, "I have freckles."
Oh.
And then I leaned in and very seriously pointed to my face and said, "This is what happens to your skin when you don't drink milk." He didn't even break eye contact, just looked completely horrified and slowly picked up the cup and drank his goddamn milk.
It reminds me of like, if you want to grow, you have to eat your vegetables or whatever. It's like those white lies that parents tell their kids to get them to eat things they don't want to.
Well, they lied to me a lot. I ate my veggies as a kid and I never fucking grew, so I refuse to eat them as an adult, you bastards.
What was the other one? It'll put hair on your chest or something like that. That was another one that was.
I have like
classic.
2 pieces of hair on my chest. What's up?
It worked for me. That's covered.
I got like 1 puby looking chest hair, which is kind of sad, to be honest.
To be fair, you did not eat vegetables, John. Famously.
I did. I did
when you were a
eat
kid?
a lot of vegetables growing up. I mean, a few, but like, well, I mean, I actually eat more now, but it has to be finely chopped. And Juliet makes it a certain way that I like. So I'm
I
like,
think you're proving my point a little bit.
I mean, I still ate lots of vegetables because that's a lot of staple Filipino cuisine is vegetables.
Fair. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
When I moved to the US, that's when I started not giving a shit about vegetables because all their food here fucking sucks. It's all fried. All right. So I did say I did have a second story because that one was a little short. This one is also from r/traumatized and back by Sue Blue. This is a weird title. All the title says is keep.
Okay. Short and sweet. I like it.
Just like me, baby. My husband used to leave his dirty underwear on the bedroom floor all the time. Nothing I could do or say could get him to take the extra step to put them in the hamper. Note, he's not gross in his hygiene like some guys, so they aren't biohazard or anything. Paranoid actually about being clean and not smelling. So undies on the floor are a yuck, not a major hygiene issue. Eventually, I just gave up. Always low-key was grossed out, but I don't want to play maid and clean up after him or fight over it either. One day, after years of low-key annoyance, our 3-year-old was playing in our room while I was doing some chores. Hubby was outside in the backyard grilling up a storm. Before I realized what she was doing, she picked up a pair of his discarded undies and put them on her head like a hat.
Gross.
Well, this happened. I can't undo this. Ew, the damn underwear he keeps leaving out. And without missing a beat, she said, "Oh, honey, look at your hat. Let's go show daddy." And she proudly went with me downstairs to show off her hat to her dad. She was beaming with pride while a look of absolute horror washed over my husband's face. I haven't seen his undies left on the floor since.
I mean, good, but I feel bad that you were just like, yeah, we're going to leave those on your head. Holy shit.
Disgusting.
Oh, that's gross. Yeah. I mean, I'm glad he cleans it up now. Underwear on the floor just never made sense to me.
It's disgusting. It only took this fucker 3 years to pick up his dirty ass underwear. And no matter how hygienic someone is, underwear worn, like especially worn underwear, is disgusting nonetheless.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Like you never like sweating alone is like gonna happen down there.
Yeah.
That's not to mention like, you know, a dribble dropping out or something like that. Yeah.
Sometimes you bust ass in the middle of the day. You never know if it's if something little something came out. But who knows? Who knows?
God, those are crazy. You took it to the next level. It's no longer petty revenge. Biohazard revenge. All right. Let's move into my first one of the day. Cross-posted on our subreddit by Solid Ashford. A goat. Title for this one is, "Am I the asshole for cutting off the mic during the father of the bride's speech at my friend's wedding?"
Father of the bride's speech. That's part of the program, right? Unless the father has started to say some crazy shit during the wedding. So for now, I'm going to go not the asshole. Father was probably drunk as fuck.
Could be. At my buddy's wedding, they knew this was going to happen because she knows her dad, but she was like, yeah, my dad's speech is going to be long. And I was the MC, so I had to like coordinate when the speeches were happening. His speech went for 25 minutes.
Oh my God.
It was the longest speech I've ever seen. And like they loved the speech. It was a great speech. It was just so fucking long.
My dad's speech, my dad didn't speak English very well. So it was very limited on his words. His speech lasted 15 fucking seconds.
I mean,
It was great. It was great.
Straight to the point.
Yeah, I'm
Welcome
like,
to the
fuck it.
family.
Hell yeah, let's get fucked up.
All right. So I, 31 female, was recently a bridesmaid at my best friend's, let's call her Sarah, wedding. It was supposed to be an amazing day, but things went completely off the rails during the reception, and now I'm the center of the drama. Sarah and her husband are not religious. They made it very clear that they wanted a secular wedding with no prayers, no religious speeches, just a fun, drama-free day. Everyone seemed to respect that, except her father. During the reception, it was time for speeches. Her dad gets up, takes the mic, and at first, it's all sweet, talking about how proud he is of Sarah, how beautiful she looks, etc. But then, out of nowhere, he shifts gears and starts talking about how a marriage isn't real unless it's blessed by God. I see Sarah's face freeze. Her new husband, who was raised in a completely different religion, looks super uncomfortable, but her dad keeps going. It turns into a full-on sermon. He starts talking about how he prays they find their way to Christ, and even says, a marriage without God is doomed to fail. The whole room goes tense. Sarah is staring at me, looking mortified. I know she doesn't want a scene, but I also know she does not want this moment at her wedding. So I made a split-second decision. I went over to the DJ and signaled him to cut the mic. The speakers go silent. Her dad looks furious, and he tries to keep talking, but obviously no one can hear him. Finally, someone from the catering staff gently takes the mic away, and he storms off. Now, Sarah secretly thanked me later, but the fallout has been insane. Her dad is livid, saying I humiliated him, and her mom is saying I ruined the wedding and that I had no right to interfere. Even some guests think I was out of line. But I don't know, wasn't it more out of line for him to hijack his daughter's wedding like that? So am I the asshole for cutting off the mic, or should I have just let it happen?
Hell nah. I mean, I probably wouldn't have done that and probably would have just sat there and be awkward or take a piss break, maybe come back like, ah, shit, he's still going. No, I mean, I think even though like they're bridesmaids, so they're part of the wedding party. So I feel like in a way they did have some sort of responsibility in terms of making sure that the wedding doesn't go, it doesn't go bad.
Right.
And yeah, and it got to the point where the OP's friends, like the bride and the groom, are known that, hey, they're not really that type of religious people. And for someone to hijack that, and look, I'm all for people for having their faith. Like I'm all for it. Go ahead and do that. I famously don't like religion, and especially if you bulldoze your way into something where people don't really ask for it, then I think that's assholey of you. Yeah. You're gonna be a villain regardless in people's eyes, which is fine. All that matters is the opinion of the friends that said like, hey, thank you for saving my day. Fuck the rest of fuck whatever the other people think about that.
I don't like that you just gloss past assholey.
You know what? I didn't even catch that.
Did you not mean to do that?
I didn't mean to do that.
Fucking insane. You're a broken man. Holy shit.
I didn't mean to do that. Guys, I've been awake since 2:30 in the morning. Chloe had a stomach ache in the morning, and like we had to wake up, and I couldn't go back to sleep. So I was at the gym at 4 in the morning today. So I'm not on meds. I'm running in like 3 hours of sleep. I did not plan that, I swear. And
you're still coming out with this shit. It's impressive, honestly.
Oh, God.
Oh, man. Yeah, I agree. Not the asshole. It would be one thing if your friend came to you afterwards and was like, hey, why the fuck did you do that? But she thanked you.
Yep.
It's her wedding. Mm-hmm. Whatever she wants to happen, that's what's going to happen. You know what I mean? It's their decision. And I think you saved the wedding, if anything, from being more awkward and more tense. They're just embarrassed because he couldn't spew his bigotry towards, the groom, and basically what seems to be his, their aversion to secular or religion or whatever. They didn't want that at their wedding. Respect that. That's all. That's end of story. And he didn't do that. And you knew that they didn't want that. So yeah, he embarrassed himself.
It's the holier than thou mentality that some people have, and it's kind of annoying, to be honest.
Yeah. Chris sends $5 and says we need assholey merch now. More merch that Sean won't understand.
Oh God, I wish I planned that. That would have been a banger.
I mean, it could still be a banger, John.
Just don't let Sean in on it, guys.
Yeah. Don't tell Sean.
I mean, he never really is. So,
so Reddit deemed not the asshole, and commenter said, "Not the asshole. You gave him a chance to stop. He knew Sarah didn't want a religious speech, but he did it anyway. He didn't think anyone would stand up to him, and you did, and he can't handle it. So instead of owning up to what he did, he's being a coward and blaming you. Good on you for standing up for your friend." And then Tennis Wooden said, "I'm a wedding DJ, and this is not the worst thing I've had to cut the mic for. I once had a maid of honor start talking about all the good times they had, including when she and the bride got gangbanged by most of the football team. It was a very religious group too. I've never seen a groom go so pale or a bride's father get so red in the face. It was an incredibly awkward party." I mean, do you have your fun, but probably not at the wedding. You know what I mean? Probably don't announce that to the wedding party. Holy shit.
You're talking about tight ends in the wrong place, baby.
Oh, man.
Oh, boy.
Crazy. All right, John. Take it away.
Oh, my God. Caseology is making a song now. Silent Night, Assholey Night. Assholey merch for Christmas would be crazy.
That would be good. That would be good.
Assholey merch that a stained glass pair of cheeks by BB Jizzman. I think that's their. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Could be like a stained glass window, and then like assholey at the bottom with cheeks in the middle. I like it.
Coconut cheeks.
Coconut cheeks. No, coconut at the top.
Blend it all. Oh yeah, blend it all in. You know what I'm saying? Oh God. Man, I'm disappointed in myself now. I wish I planned that.
That's so good.
I can't even take credit. Fuck me. All right. This one is from r/entitled people from excessive lower score comment. The title is "Woman pretends to be asleep in my seat while the plane is still boarding."
Oh, I do find it awkward when you get to your seat and someone's there and it's like their seat that you now have to sit in, or they're like wanting you to sit in, is objectively worse. Like it's the middle seat. At this point, I'm like, get the fuck over.
Oh, all day. I'm like, can you please get off of my fucking seat?
Yeah, exactly.
You get like a 2 notice just to be like, hey, this is my seat. And if they don't move, I'm going to say, can you please get off of my seat? The third one, there's going to be some expletives involved in there.
Shout out to Natalie, who sends $5. Says, "Here's a little something to get Sienna something nice Saturday." Thank you. I'm actually, we're doing wineries and spa days when we're down there. So,
wow, that's exciting.
Well, I was treating her anyway, so I appreciate that.
Oh God, God damn it! People on the Patreon chat are just doing some holy shit now.
Ooh,
Thy kingdom come, thy kingdom crumb.
Jesus Christ.
Oh well.
Ian asks, window seat or aisle seat?
Oh, as I got older, definitely aisle. I need to piss like every 2 hours.
Oh. I like the aisle because it's like you have a little bit more room on the left side or right side. I could care less about the window seat, to be honest. It's fine.
Yeah, I do not care about window seats.
Yeah.
At all. All right. This one, I already said the title. So the story goes as this. I witnessed a small spat between 2 people on a flight earlier today regarding their seats, which reminded me of this experience I had about 10 years ago. I was on a flight to attend an annual convention happening on the other side of the country with 2 of my senior colleagues. It was the night before the first day of the event, so the entire flight practically consisted of people in the same industry. My colleagues were busy greeting or acknowledging people as we were walking along the airplane aisle to get to our seats. I was a rookie at the time. At any rate, a woman in early 30s was sitting in my seat. She was wearing oversized sunglasses along with a pair of studio headphones over her head. Moreover, she rested her hands neatly on her lap and had her head tilted back on the headrest as if to suggest that she was asleep and not to be disturbed. First of all, if that shit's still boarding, you better not be fucking asleep.
Yeah, it's been probably 10 minutes between
Like
the first
10
person getting
minutes
on
up.
and you getting on. You're not
Hell
asleep.
Nope. Give me a break. Half of the plane hadn't finished boarding by this point.
Oh, yeah. So less than 10 minutes for sure.
Oh, not even close. She ignored several of my initial verbal attempts at getting her attention. She ignored half a dozen gentle taps on her shoulder. And when she finally awakened, I tried explaining to her that she was in my seat. But her response was to point at her headphones, then shrugging with both her hands upturned to gesture that she couldn't hear what I was saying.
Take them off.
And to which OP said, "You could try taking them off."
Okay, yeah. What
Nothing.
the fuck? Holy shit.
Nothing. Still playing dumb with no intention to take off her headphones. I think the reader can appreciate that I was starting to impede aisle traffic by this point. Not giving up, I then showed her my boarding pass, pointing at the printed seat number. She then mouthed, "Oh," as if she just understood what I've been saying all along. She then tucked in her knees half an inch into the seat and motioned me to pass by her like that. We better get the fuck
Move over. You know what the fuck you're doing. Now it's out of principle.
Right. I had briefly considered the way I would be like, all right, you want to be like that? I'm fucking teabagging your lap at this
I'm
point.
sitting on you now.
Yeah. She then tucked in her knees half an inch into the seat and motioned me to pass by her like that. I had briefly considered whether to give her the crotch or the ass, but I chose to insist. When she tucked in her knees again at my another futile attempt at getting her to move to her own seat, I just about had it. I raised my voice and said out loud that I'm not the one getting in, you are. To which she instantly recoiled and moved to the window seat without a word. The guy who was waiting behind me in the aisle gave me a thumbs up as he passed by. I thought that was that, but she apparently still salty and wanted satisfaction. And after the plane had taken off, she tapped on my shoulder and said she'd be open to switching seats with me if I wanted. I politely declined, albeit with an almost amused look in my face. The audacity of this fucking person. Like, I ain't switching seats with you, bitch. Are you kidding me right now?
Yeah.
Later, I was casually conversing with my colleagues seated across from me in their aisle seats. She tapped on my shoulders again and said that her offer extended to your friends. And I gave a light chuckle and said, sure. I knew what she was getting at all along with her condescension, that she was someone in the industry. Too late, I already texted my colleagues after the little incident of ours, and both of them had Mariah carried her. Can someone explain to me what that term is, Mariah carried?
I assume ignore, but
Maybe. It's a why are you obsessed with me type of shit? That's my guess.
Could be.
She later circled back on this, whether if I'd asked my colleague, she circled back, whether if I'd asked my colleagues about their seat, yet to which I replied in the negative. She asked if I could please ask them, to which I'd always reply in the positive, sure, in a lighthearted manner. This exact exchange occurred between us not once, not twice, but thrice in the course of a 6-hour flight.
Oh.
To this day, I've never come across her professionally, so I'm not sure what exactly she was trying to achieve here.
Man, it's one thing if like, so some people in the chat were saying they like the window seat because they get, anxiety and like looking out, or sickness and like looking out. It's easier, whatever it happens to be. If she was like, hey, listen, I really get sick if I'm not in the aisle seat, or like I need to go to the washroom a lot, like, would you mind switching? If that's the way she approached it, sure. You know what? I'm a pretty nice guy when it comes to like, if you're approaching me like that, I'll switch you. I don't
Not me.
Fair. And that's her prerogative. But like, if that's the way she came about it, sure. You know what? No problem. We could switch seats. But her just like knowingly trying to steal your seat and being a dick about it. It's like, no, motherfucker. I don't care what you're offering now. This is my seat, and I want you over. It's just the approach is just like the audacity is crazy.
See, I'm kind of like that. If the times that I do have window seats, if someone is like looking hella over my shoulder, trying to look at the window and like impeding my space, the way I just stare at them and just like power move, I just stare at them the whole time while I close the fucking window. But if they ask, I'm like, hey, can I look over? And like, just like, hey, excuse me, can I take a look? I'm like, yeah, by all means, go ahead.
Yeah.
But if they're just straight up like fucking, bitch, I don't want to touch your fucking nasty ass cheek right now. I just, bitch, I paid for the seat, motherfucker. I'm closing that damn window.
LEB sends $10, says you guys are the best. This month was horrible and Ro helped me get through it. Love you guys. Thank you, Ellie.
Thank you. Hopefully you're okay.
Yeah, it has been a crazy month. I will give you that. Ian says, my dad always tells me that airports is where you will find the most entitled people in the world. Do you agree?
I agree. Oh my God. There's this trend right now going on TikTok about asking people, should you stand up the moment the plane lands?
Oh, I see.
And you know, crowding up the aisle. That is my biggest pet peeve. Do not, stand up vertically to stretch your legs. Fine.
Sure. Yeah.
But crowding up like the aisle, bitch, it's a zipper fucking method. All right.
We're all getting out at the same time.
The same damn time. Unless specifically there's an announcement saying like, hey, can the people that are connection flight go ahead? I'd be like, please go ahead, pass through. I don't want you to miss your shit. Yeah. But if you're just bullying your way to get to somewhere, like your time is more important than everyone else's, you got me fucked up. I'll set a screen. I don't give a shit if I'm like way smaller than you. I'll fucking stand in front of you and be like, you ain't getting past me, bitch. Try it.
Yeah, because like if everyone stands up, then the people that need to get off can't get off, and it just sucks because then they might miss their flight. As someone who's been in that position where like our flight landed around the same time like our other one was boarding because our first one got delayed, we had to rush off the plane and then run through the airport just to make it on time. And it's like there's tons of people that do that every day, and it's just like, I don't know. Standing in the aisle is
usually they announce that. Right. Like they announced it on intercom, like, hey, people are announcing. And I'd be like, oh, okay. Are you have connection? Cool. If I see they have like, you know, they have a child or see that they're struggling, I'm like, you want me to pick up your luggage? I do all that. But if you're just a rando trying to be VIP here, hell no. Hell no.
Beth sends $5 and said, we all need boundaries like John has. That's true. Maybe not that extreme.
Not that extreme. Don't be like, I'm an asshole, man.
Yeah. Boundaries are good. As far as John goes, sometimes it's funny.
I'm a little petty. Don't learn from me. There's nicer people, especially in the show. Not me.
Well, yeah. I mean, Sean's good. He's got some good boundaries, I feel.
Sean's probably the nicest out of us three.
That's definitely true.
Yeah.
I'd say so.
I'm definitely the worst of the bunch, and I like it. I like it.
Depends on it depends on if I'm sick or not, John. Then I compete.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Spicy Josh is up there with me, buddy.
Yeah. Neck and neck at that point.
Oh.
All right.
I mean, it's
John.
true, Steve. It's true, Stevie. Hey, me and Josh been doing this shit for like 4 fucking years. I'm pretty sure he knows I'm an asshole. He didn't even disagree at all.
He's our asshole. It's okay.
You're damn right. Damn right.
John is a good person. He just there's certain points.
Don't even do that. Don't do that to me. No, don't put me on a pedestal. I need it because I'm short, but still. All right, moving on to the next story. This one
it's my turn, John.
Oh shit, it is.
You just did the airport.
I'm so sleepy.
I got it. Fuck me. Take a break for this one. This one's posted by Adri1452. Title is, my boyfriend's sister-in-law gave him a plushie for Christmas and didn't make one for anyone else.
Wait, say the first part again. I missed it.
My boyfriend's sister-in-law gave him a plushie for Christmas and didn't make one for anyone else.
Sister's boyfriend?
My boyfriend's sister-in-law.
Is your sister-in-law have a thing for you, or do you collect plushies? I need more information.
All right. This is a best of Redditor update as well. So we will get an update at the end of the story, but let's hop into the main portion. I just wanted to start by saying that I realize I might be totally wrong and insecure in this situation. I just really want another perspective or something because I just can't help the fact that this bothers me, and I admittedly feeling jealous. I have been with my boyfriend for 6 months at this point. He has 4 siblings, 3 brothers and 1 sister, and we are the shortest relationship in the family. 3 of his siblings are married, and another is in a very long-term relationship. I think the shortest relationship in the bunch is 5.5 years, so I will admit I am a bit intimidated and insecure there. For Christmas this year, his sister-in-law made him a homemade plushie of this little blue baby dinosaur-looking character from his favorite game, Guild Wars. The plushie is amazing quality, and he absolutely loved it. But she didn't make one for any of the other boys who also love the game just as much. Not even her husband. In fact, she went out of her way to give it to him without his other brothers around except for her husband. Her husband was just as excited for her to give his brother the gift as she was, but it felt off to me, and I haven't been able to stop thinking about it. Why would she work this hard on something for my boyfriend and no one else? And it just felt like such a personal gift that I could never match, and I just feel like she totally took away from what I gave him. I did try talking. Go ahead.
You just sound jealous and insecure at this point.
Yeah, I agree right now. I did try talking to my boyfriend about it and how I thought it was weird. He said he didn't think it was weird at all because she has always been closer to him than the other brothers. Well, shouldn't she be closer to her husband than him? Which doesn't. I don't think that's what he was talking about. I think he meant the other brothers.
What?
I don't know. I asked him if he would give it back to her, saying he can't accept it, and he refused and said I'm being ridiculous. I just feel like a woman doesn't make such a personal gift for a guy unless they see them as something more. It was just how I was raised, and I hate feeling this way about something like this. I talked to my mom and sister, and they both agreed that it wasn't right and that this was most likely the beginning of her trying to push me out. I just can't help but feel like she was trying to make him like her more than me because he said she's never given him anything like this before, and this is our first Christmas together. I just don't know what to think or if I'm overthinking this completely.
You are overthinking this way too damn much.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like they have a pre-established relationship, and yeah, it might have been like a personal gift, but I mean, yeah, it sounds like they know that they really like that specific game, and it's something that came from the heart. I know in the beginning you were mentioning that you already feel intimidated, you feel scared because you are the shortest relationship in this, I guess, group of family that you have going on, but you are taking this way too far. And the people that agreed with you, they got some issues and fanning the flames that shouldn't even have sparked to begin with.
Yeah. If anything, your mom's trying to push a wedge between you and your boyfriend.
Yes.
Because like, I don't know, like thinking of my in-laws, it's like they're brother and sister to me now. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
They are family. I would never consider anything like that. And so the implications that she's putting on this is very fucking weird. And I hate that. It's very insecure, very out of pocket.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, you can be insecure for being, I guess, a shorter relationship, but it's like, why? Every relationship starts somewhere at some point. I get like they're probably all tighter and like they're pretty close knit family maybe. And it's hard to, feel comfortable in that, but that's on you. That's not on their relationship. And on top of this all, the husband was there and gave the gift with his wife.
And he was cool with it.
He was fine with it.
Explain the whole situation. Like, yeah, they've been pretty close this whole time. So
yeah.
What are you tripping about? And Parmesan said it on our Patreon chat, says telling him he has to give it back is fucking insane.
Oh,
that is a fucking insane ass to ask for your boyfriend.
It's wild.
What?
Reddit agreed and said this person is overreacting. And a commenter said, "You are overreacting. Being a jealous, paranoid, and controlling girlfriend will drive him away. You've been together for 6 months and you're already trying to determine what presents he's allowed to receive from his family? That's crazy. You are the one making the wedge to drive between you and his family, not her. Calm down. It's a stuffed animal, not a blowjob, which is probably what her husband got and why she didn't gift it in front of you." Which I don't know if I agree with that last part. But,
come on now. You had me in the beginning. You ain't got to say the rest of that shit.
Yeah, first half was great. And then OP responds and says, "It wouldn't have bothered me if it was from his actual family. It's just that it's a significant other of his brother's, and that's what bothered me. If his actual...
Which is part of the family, you dumb idiot. What are you talking about?
If his actual sister made it for him, I would never in a million years have asked him to return the gift." Crazy.
Bro, go talk to a damn professional. You got some underlying insecurities that you got to deal with, and you're manifesting that shit to your boyfriend. And if you keep this shit up, that 6 months ain't gonna make it past 7. All right, because you are tripping.
Stevie in chat said, "She's his sister-in-law, you moldy walnut." And I don't know what that means, but I like it.
Moldy walnut sounds like a biohazard.
And so there is an update 1 month later. So my first post wasn't popular by any means, but it got a decent amount of comments, so I figured I'd give an update. I went a few weeks without saying anything else about the subject because everyone on here seemed to disagree with my side of things. Then last Saturday, he told me he was going to be spending the day at his brother's just to hang out. We generally make plans on Saturday, but I hadn't had the chance to make any official plans with him yet. I just figured it was implied at this point. So I asked him if I would be allowed to go over there with him. That's when he told me it was just going to be a day with him and his brother. So I reminded him that since it's his brother's house, then most likely his wife will be present too, so I didn't really see how it was fair. Ultimately, he blew up and I told him everything. I brought up the gift again and how I feel intimidated by everyone and feel like his sister-in-law is on some pedestal or something because she gets to be there and I don't. I also mentioned how I just felt like I was being pushed out by her and that the gift made me uneasy. He was frustrated and told me that he was going to his brother's and that he would talk to me later. So I spent all Saturday morning on edge and just completely jealous. Then around 1 p.m., his sister-in-law called me, which I guess he gave her my number, and asked if I was free to meet her for coffee. I was confused but agreed to have coffee with her, and I expected it to be awkward. At the coffee shop, she wasted no time to tell me that my boyfriend had told her everything. She said she wanted to meet for dinner because she wanted to see me face to face and that she was genuine in everything she had to say. Oh, and for me to see that she was genuine in everything she had to say. She went on to explain that she had no feelings for him in any way, I was implying, and had no intention of pushing me out. She said her original plan was to make plushies for all of the boys since they all play the game, but it took her way too long to make one, so she wanted to give it to her favorite brother-in-law. I questioned why not her husband, and she said that she lives with him and he knew she was making it in the first place and that she could make him one anytime and just wanted that one to be a surprise Christmas present. I told her that I still kind of thought it was inappropriate since he was in a relationship now, and she just paused and didn't say anything for a few seconds. Probably because she's like, this dumb motherfucker.
Be single at this point. Shut the fuck up. It's exhausting.
Yeah, this person is exhausting.
This is like a third hand or whatever degree of like the conversation. I'm tired just listening to this person.
Then she asked me if there was anything else that was bothering me. I used today as an example and said it bothered me that he went to her house and told me I couldn't come because it was a day with his brother, even though she would obviously be there. She told me that it is a day with his brother and that just because she lives in the house doesn't change that. She said that she kept to herself doing her own things while the boys played video games with each other and that my boyfriend came to her when she was in the kitchen to talk to her about me briefly. I didn't say anything. I still felt a bit jealous, but I just didn't know what to say. She then asked me if there was anything else I wanted to get out and I declined. She said that she didn't want to part ways without giving me some advice. She went on to say she thinks I'm a nice girl, and the entire family feels that way, and wanted to remind me that all the spouses and significant others were new to the family at one point in time. She went on to talk about how it takes time to feel closeness with everyone, and that she went through it too. She then said she didn't want to come across the wrong way, but that I need to work hard on my insecurities, or else I would lose my boyfriend. She just went on and on saying how I'm so nice and that I'm ruining a good thing by letting myself overthink these things and by being so insecure. She told me to really think about how I'm acting over his own sister-in-law interacting with him. That's when my stupid brain made me say, well, if you were to get a divorce, then you wouldn't be his sister-in-law and you would just be another woman in his life. What a crazy statement. What the fuck? That was the moment it finally hit me just how crazy I was being, because she gave me this look and said, well, we aren't getting a divorce, so... And I just felt completely embarrassed.
Dumb fucking idiot. Shut the fuck up already.
Holy shit. And I just felt completely embarrassed and apologized. Fucking finally. She then very nicely told me that on second thought, she thinks I might not be ready for a relationship at all, and that I really need to work on myself. That was pretty much the end of it, and we parted ways. I spent the rest of the weekend crying and hating myself, and my boyfriend didn't call or text me at all. Finally, on Monday, he asked if he could come over. He came over and asked how it went with his sister-in-law, and I had figured he knew everything, but he said that all she said was that he needed to talk to me. Turns out he didn't talk to me all weekend because he was angry with how I acted about him going over to his brother's house, then bringing up the gift again, and he just needed some space. He told me that he wasn't going to put up with this type of behavior, and that it's putting way too much unnecessary drama into his life. As I'm sure you're all probably guessing, he proceeded to break up with me.
Good.
Yeah. He told me he really cared about me, but just can't imagine how bad it will be in the future if I'm already acting like this with people who are his family. I begged him not to leave and that I would do everything to change, but he just wouldn't budge. I haven't heard from him since and feel like I had my heart ripped out and stomped on. It hurts so bad, and I know this is all my fault. I have my mom and sister telling me how it's good riddance and how he broke up with me so he wouldn't have anything holding him back from sister-in-law. And this just broke me. What the fuck? These parents and sister are crazy.
I think I'm starting to see where all of the insecurities are coming from. This is probably passed down and fed by the sister and the mother.
Here's a positive though. I'm just so done with my family and the way they put these toxic ideas in my head. I'm just done. That's the first smart thing you said, OP.
Yes. Look, the character arc is arcing right now. It took you a while. Yeah. Took you a while, OP. Took you a while, but hopefully you lost somebody and that's all your damn fault and you're going to have to live with that. But the light bulb is flashing a little bit.
It's starting.
Just a tiny bit.
Yeah. So yeah, not a happy update. From here, I am planning on working on myself and hope to someday maybe convince him to give me another chance. I don't know why I wrote this update. It just feels good to get it out, I guess, and further convinces me I need to change. I would say maybe leave him alone, but other than that, it sounds like you're in a good trajectory.
For sure. Leave him the fuck alone. I think you blew your shot. And not only that, is you ruined possibly any relationship that you could possibly have with your future in-laws if that, potential relationship was to blossom even more. Mm-hmm. It's good that you had some self-realization towards the end. And I saw someone in the comments said, like, some of the things that you're displaying is a learned behavior. And I think you're starting to see and realize that your family is a negative energy, a negative aura that, that they give you. They feed you this type of information. I would be wary about asking advice from them because just their outlook maybe slowly move away or drift away from some of the things that you tell them. If you can, please seek professional help. It seems like you have a lot of underlying issues that you could resolve. Take this time being single right now to learn about yourself, learn about, overcome any insecurities you possibly have. So your next relationship, used whatever you learned from this past one, because don't ever try to go back to and bother the man anymore. That's done.
Yeah.
apply it to your next relationship, and hopefully the next relationship you'll have is a lot more healthier. You'll have an healthier outlook, so that way you can be there for your partner in a much healthier way.
Yeah, I agree 100% with all of that. It's OP's got to really look inward and
Get therapy.
feel we don't use that
There you
button
go.
enough, but
Patron's been begging for it.
the get therapy button. There you go. It's been needed. For
You guys
sure.
got it. You got it.
So yeah, I hope OP works on herself, and cutting toxic family members will help with that as well, because it is hard when you just have people on your side feeding you, information that's making you paranoid and stuff like that. So good on you for making the first good step, and hopefully you follow through with that, OP.
Hey, not a lot of people are willing to admit that they're wrong, and the fact that you were able to acknowledge that, we think you're in the right step, at least.
The right step, yeah, for sure. And then we've got, Andreas subbed for 8 months and said, I'm going back to school in a week at 27. Wish me luck. I'm becoming a teacher. Good luck.
Good luck to you.
And then
Never too late to go back to school. My old ass is about to go back. So
absolutely.
We'll see.
Amy sends $5 and says, dono for Kevin's party fund and Chloe's shopping spree. The corgis work hard behind the scenes for Reddit on Wiki as full-time workers.
Thank you. Yes, Kevin had his birthday Monday. I took him to get pup cups and make him pick his toy and treats. And as usual, we spoil the crap out of those babies.
Absolutely. And then finally, Avery sends $5 and says, being admitted to a hospital sucks, less with a stream going on. Thank you for all you do. I hope you're okay.
Avery.
Yeah.
Hope the recovery's better.
But
Thank you.
Enjoy us for the next hour to keep your mind off things. John, you're up next, buddy.
I'm up. All right. This one is from r/. Am I overreacting? So I guess back to back.
All right.
This one is from Specken Z Deutsch. Title is, sorry if I read that
Any
wrong.
Dutch listeners in here?
Deutsch? Am I saying that? Deutsch?
Deutschland.
Isn't that Germany? Deutschland? Deutschland?
It's complicated.
I don't know, guys.
I don't want to get behind that history of it. I know it is a complex geography, but I don't know the knowledge to get into that right now.
Same. As a dumbass, I don't know. All right. So the title for this one is, Am I Overreacting? My ex-wife and her new husband legally made their last name my full fucking name.
Wild. That's crazy. Okay. Let's hear their reasoning. Also, people are confirming and saying it's Germany.
Is it? Okay. And if you're getting a bunch of ads on YouTube, people, we have no control over that. And whatever ads that you get, either YouTube, Spotify, or whatever, that's in your local area, unless you hear our voice reading the ads.
Yeah.
We got no control of that shit.
Just only usually happen on YouTube, but.
Yeah. All right. Story goes as this. You cannot make this shit up. I was married once. My ex-wife blew it all to hell by cheating on me with one of my closest fucking friends. That betrayal crushed me, but whatever, I rebuilt. She kept my last name after the divorce. Weird, but I let it go.
It's
Fast
weird
forward.
to cheat on him and then keep I get changing your name is annoying, but I think at that point, just out of respect, you should probably change your last name.
Yeah. But it does take a lot of work.
It
sadly.
does. But and it's one thing if they mutually, divorce, separate, whatever, and she's like, "Hey, I'm just going to keep the last name. Like I've gotten used to it, whatever." If you cheat on him with his best friend, you should probably change the fucking last name.
Yeah. I can see a lot of, I've heard I've seen instances where people who got divorced and had children just for the sake of not having to redo everything for the children too. Like they kept their last name, which is okay, I think that instance, that makes sense.
For
right?
sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Where was I? Fast forward. She kept my last name after the divorce. Weird, but I let it go. Fast forward. She marries a guy she cheated with. Fine, closure, good for them. But here's where it goes off the rails. Her new husband's last name is the same as my first name. So when they hyphenated, their big shiny new married surname is now my entire fucking legal name.
What the fuck are the odds? That's crazy.
So they're giving a little example here. So in case like some Wikimaniacs are lost, because I was when I first reading it. So imagine your name is David Carter. The guy she cheats you with is named John David. They marry, they hyphenate, and proudly announce themselves as Mr. and Mrs. David Carter, which is literally your name.
Holy shit.
They're on Facebook, smiling, posting, here's to the new official Mr. and Mrs. David Carter. Meanwhile, I'm staring at my phone thinking, holy fuck, my ex-wife and her affair partner just legally rebranded themselves as me. And no, my name isn't common. People are going to see it and assume it's me. So tell me, am I losing my mind here, or is it this just as completely fucked up as it feels?
No, that's fucked up, and I cannot. Well, what are the fucking odds? That's crazy. I can't. I don't know. At that point, it just feels like they're doing it on purpose because they didn't have to hyphenate. She's changing her name anyway. She could have just dropped your last name. Why is she fucking keeping it? That's insane. That's insane to me.
I mean, I feel like these two cheating people don't even have the brains to begin with, so they probably didn't realize it until it was like the ink was dry and it's legal. So
I think they knew. They had to know.
Maybe. Oh, okay.
You married that person. You're best friends with that person for most of your life, I imagine. You know exactly what you're doing in that scenario, in my mind. Don't play dumb with me.
To which Bobo Zet, this was a top comment for this post. It's a win on your side. You'll be a constant reminder, a constant presence weighing on their marriage. Every time she'll sign something, she'll think of you. Every time someone will call her by her full name, Mrs. John David, she'll think of you whether she wants it or not. Right now, it's fine. They're in the honeymoon phase, but eventually they'll both feel it after every fight, every disagreement, especially if one of them cheat. Meanwhile, you have an objectively funny story to tell and get to move on with your life. They don't. For them, moving on will be impossible.
All I'm thinking of is The Office when Gabe has a crush on Val, and he's like, "I need to announce a office relationship," and he's like, "What's her last name?" And he's just like, "I don't know, but she's gonna be screaming it tonight. It's gonna be like, it's like she's gonna be screaming her last name." So I just picture her screaming her last name now, and it's just your name.
Oh, John David. John David.
Holy fuck.
This disagreement, I'm gonna crumb John David.
Opie is the unluckiest person in the world. I feel bad for him. It is a great story to tell people. Crazy.
Imagine screaming out John David while you're getting your ass holy. My God.
Oh, God.
They'll be dreaming of White Christmas indeed. Shit. Oh, God. All right, you're up, buddy.
I was thinking of a He Has Risen joke, but I couldn't make it work.
Well, I mean, depending on how old they are, they might need a little blue pill to make that happen.
Maybe 3 days in between. We got there.
Resurrection. Gasp. Resurrection of the erection. Jesus.
All right. This next one is posted by a throwaway account. Title is, how do I, 37 male, get my wife, 35 female, to trust me?
I don't know. Maybe don't cheat. It sounds like this is what you did.
I was going to say, shouldn't your wife trust you innately? That's kind of where you start.
You probably did something that caused her to not trust you. So, I don't know, buddy. You tell us.
Let's see. Also, this writing is terrible. I tried to fix it as much as I could, but if I stumble, I
You want
apologize.
us to make your wife trust you when you can't even write properly? What the fuck, brother?
So, hey everyone, I'm currently with my wife's lack of trust in me. See, like that doesn't even make sense to me. I don't know.
I already don't trust him.
If you can't spell, I can't trust you. We have been together a total of 12 years, 7 of those years married. In the course of our 12-year relationship, I cheated twice.
You dumb bitch. What do you fucking expect?
Now, that is 2 times too many, but not to the point where you would consider me a serial cheater. What a line he's drawn in the sand. He's like, I'm a fucking cheater. I get that, but not a
serial cheater.
I think that just means more than
Fruit
once.
Loop, you fucking idiot.
One thing about me is that, unfortunately, I don't have the greatest resistance skills. What I mean by that is I never initiate things, but if an attractive girl comes on to me, then it's over. You know what I mean? No, I don't. I don't know what you mean.
Look, I'll say this. This is the 2 times he got caught. I bet you he cheated. Well, actually, he's cheating right now because he's ready to emotionally cheat on whoever fucking, goes up to him or something.
Yeah. Most people can be hit on and be like, oh, like, no, thank you. Or you know what I mean? Like reject the advance. Most emotionally stable people anyway. He goes to give an example. He says, like one of my coworkers, I don't know how he does it, but there is this one girl who is the hottest person I have ever seen, and she wants him bad, but he's loyal to his girlfriend, and they are long distance. I told him, bro, we would all understand if you tap that. But he's just like, nah. But I don't have that level of self-control, unfortunately. That's why I have to set boundaries with myself. Leave that guy alone, by the way.
Yeah, let him stay faithful, you idiot.
Yeah, you're a bad influence on him.
My God.
My first time cheating was 10 years ago. Now, again, I never initiate first while I'm in a relationship, but this girl at the gym I used to run with started hitting on me, and it was over. My wife, who was my girlfriend at the time, found out, and I had to fight like hell to save our relationship. I set boundaries and wouldn't hang out with girls alone that I could see myself sleeping with if the opportunity presented itself. I also assured her if I ever cheat or even cross her boundaries, I'll tell her. She will never have to find out from a third party again. Bro, if you have to set up boundaries to girls that you find attractive, you shouldn't be in a relationship.
You should be. It's Stevie in the chat today. Stevie, grab me a couple of chairs, please. I'll hit this person with you.
What the fuck is this shit? That's insane to me.
We're hitting this motherfucker with a concerto, Stevie. That's what we're going to do. My God.
Now, last month I messed up and cheated. I immediately told my wife, and she is now acting as if I'm a serial cheater. She is trying to adopt some very harsh measures. She said she doesn't want me hanging out with women one-on-one outside of work, and this has caused some complications because I have women friends where it's purely platonic. Now, from my wife's perspective, she feels she doesn't trust me when I say this relationship is purely platonic because she thought the person I cheated with was platonic, and then I slept with her. Now, I'm going to explain why this isn't a bad example. I cannot wait. So in this case, I did tell my wife this was a platonic thing, and I'm not attracted to her, but this is an unusual instance. The girl I cheated with, she's one of the military liaisons at my work. To be honest, she has a below average face, and in uniform, I couldn't tell what kind of body she had. We hung out, and then I saw her outside of her military uniform, and she had a body out of this world. She started flirting, and things got out of hand, and we hooked up. I should have considered that seeing her in actual clothes might make me see her differently. Still, now my wife is trying to set these terribly restrictive rules that impact my other relationships. The thing is, I have had other opportunities to cheat. I've rejected them, cut them off, and then tell my wife. Normally, like I said, I'm very good at making sure the women I hang out with I don't find attractive. This was just a weird case, and I need help explaining to her. So, John, What is your advice for this piece of shit?
Stevie, chairs, please. It sounds like this stat. Okay, it sounds like this person is in the military. Is that what it sounds like?
Yeah, it sounds like it.
So, wife, listen, as someone who was there, let me tell you, infidelity in the military is a big no fucking no. As a matter of fact, you can get really severely punished if you got caught cheating in the military. So if I were you, go to the local JAG or whatever is the equivalent for whatever branch you're in, go to a judge advocate and just be like, hey, my husband is cheating. Here are the receipts. Here's some, stuff that happened. These are the members that he cheated on with. And guess what happens? That's an Article 15 at the very least. And if you get enough of that, you can possibly get court-martialed. And if they get court-martialed, they're going to ruin the rest of their life because they're going to get a dishonorable discharge. And when you get a dishonorable discharge, you can't ever do shit anymore. That's like the biggest fucking scarlet letter you can ever fucking get in your entire goddamn life. Ruin his life. Fuck him up. If he gets demoted, good. If he gets kicked out, even better. If he can't do anything outside of the military afterwards, good. Let him fucking suffer by himself because he's a piece of shit and he should never be with anybody else. I fucking hate this guy.
I didn't even know the military knowledge was going to come out. That's crazy. The
UCMJ is a crazy thing. The Uniform Code of Military Justice is the craziest piece of fucking law known to man, Josh. It's nuts.
Okay, so I'm against cheaters. Why is it like a fireable offense in the military? That's my question.
It's ethics.
Oh,
right? It's ethics. And to me, I don't know like the full law extent of it, but to my justification, military spouses are so important to anything, the mission, right? Because they hold down the fort. When, let's say, one of the partners is out deployed somewhere, they're the ones responsible for building the communities there. So they're as important. To me, I think they should get more protection and get more benefits, for that. And for someone to fucking like cheat, one, that is just like making whatever uniform you're wearing looks bad because a lot of the core values that we have is honor, right?
Yeah.
And if you're a cheater, could you really be honorable? You're a shady motherfucker if you're a fucking cheater. So
fair enough.
Unfortunately, it happens a lot in the military, and I wish more people get called out and get kicked out for it because I think it's a disgusting thing.
Damn. I appreciate that little tidbit. So there was a comment who said, mate, you cheated twice and expect your partner to accept this, which is my point. It's like, you're lucky she hasn't just left you at this point. You know what I mean?
Yes. Well, now with that context, I can kind of see why it would be difficult. They're probably stationed somewhere where she is pretty isolated, and it might be kind of more difficult to just get up and leave like that.
For sure. I still think she should try at first.
Oh, for sure. There's resources.
Yeah.
Definitely resources out there. Most installations do have those resources, but I can see the difficulty in the situation.
Yeah. So OP responded to that comment and said, not accepting this, but I have been really good at avoiding these situations, and this was just an unusual case, but the rules we had in place are working. There's no reason to make it more strict. To which a commenter said, it clearly didn't work if you cheated again last month. If you can't trust yourself not to cheat, how can you expect your wife to? Bravo. Perfect. In 2 sentences, you completely wrecked this motherfucker.
This guy's a fucking idiot.
Oh, damn.
Oh.
That was the dumbest motherfucker we talked about today, I think. The boyfriend sister,
actually,
or the one with the boyfriend sister-in-law might be up there.
She's pretty dumb too, but at least there was some self-reflection in the end, so there's a little bit of hope.
Yes.
Now that we're on topic of like dumb people in the military, Josh, could I do my next story?
Okay, I won't have as much knowledge as you do, but let's do it.
No, you don't need knowledge. I just need you to make fun of these people.
Okay, I can do that.
Because they're fucking stupid. Oh, God. And I get to make fun of them because they're in the Navy. So go Air Force.
Classic.
All right. This one is, it's a sibling rivalry. We all hate each other, but love each other all in the same time. This one is from r/today I fucked up by Navy. The title for this one is that's their username.
Yeah.
Today I fucked up by trying to break my buddy out of jail. It worked for a minute.
What? Out of jail? I'm very curious how this even comes to be a part of the Navy.
You'll find out. All right. This is a story of a jailbreak that actually worked for about a minute. It happened years ago. I won't share certain specifics and I'll use fake names, but this was the most epic screw up I've ever been a part of, and it was mine. At the time, I was in the military stationed stateside. One night, a group of buddies and I discovered Jaeger bombs, which is dangerous.
Yeah.
Dangerous.
I've heard things.
I've experienced fucked up from Jaeger bombs. Round after round, we kept them coming. And before we knew it, the night had flown by. My friend Brian offered to drive my roommate and me back to our off-base apartment. We didn't make it far. A car full of three 21-year-olds leaving a bar at 2 a.m. near a military base, that drew police attention. We got pulled over. And as soon as the officer reached Brian's window, it was clear we were drunk. And all of us admitted it. Brian blew into the breathalyzer and failed instantly. He was cuffed and placed in the back of a patrol car. Then the officer turned to my roommate and me. He explained that if one of us blew under the limit, we could drive Brian's car home and save him the impound fees. We both tried and we both failed. Here's where it gets weird. The officer left us with Brian's car and the keys. Then he drove off with Brian to book him into the local jail. To this day, I have no idea why he left us like that. And about 20 minutes later, my roommate and I had what seemed like a brilliant idea.
You're already dumb fucks for driving drunk.
Yep, agreed. And this all happened years ago, back when DUI penalties were just starting to become as serious as they are today. We were young, reckless, and unbelievably stupid. I don't condone drinking and driving in any way, and I'm grateful that nobody was hurt. Okay. And now back to the bad ideas.
At least you learned from it. I appreciate that.
Yeah. That's like one thing too that I did like when I was in the Air Force. Like I took shifts sometimes to, we have a program called Airmen Against Drunk Driving because our base was notorious for having a shit ton of DUIs. So we would every month, all of us would do a rotating shift and we would just be on call from like midnight to like 2 a.m. And then if someone was drunk as fuck, didn't matter who we are or didn't matter who it was, as long as they were in the base, they're like, hey, I'm here. No questions asked. We would pick them up. And then the base would, hook us up with extra days off and all that shit just to kind of keep the stats down, I guess.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's a good idea.
Yeah. I wish it was more implemented in a lot of places.
Should be.
Both my roommates and I were, and that was when Uber didn't really exist. So I'm pretty sure now it's not a thing anymore, but yeah. Both my roommates and I were military police officers. We felt guilty for letting Brian drive us, and now he was in trouble. So with zero judgment, we decided to drive Brian's car back to our apartment ourselves. It wasn't far, but that doesn't excuse the stupidity. And then somewhere between leaving the bar and arriving home, we came up with the ultimate plan. We were going to break Brian out of jail.
God damn it.
The master plan. Here's how it went down, step by step. Return Brian's car to our apartment. Brush our teeth. Pop in gum. Shave and get into our military police uniforms. Put on our guard belts to look like we were on duty. I called my precinct's dispatch and asked them not to contact the jail Brian was at. And a little bit of context, every night the command checked local jails for military members. Luckily, I knew the dispatcher on duty and he owed me a big favor. He agreed without asking questions. I then called the jail directly, pretending to be my command. I asked if any military members were in custody. They confirmed Brian was there. I then asked if we could come take him into custody. They said yes. We switched cars, leave Brian's cars at the apartment, and take one of our own. Give ourselves one last pep talk, and then head out. We pulled into the jail parking lot around 4 a.m. It was completely empty. We buzzed at the entrance explaining we were there to take custody of Brian, and were told, okay. 25 of the longest minutes of my life later, a loud buzzer sounded. The heavy metal door slid open, and there stood two correctional officers and Brian in handcuffs. The look on his face was priceless. Jaw drop, pale as a ghost. I told the officers I'd put my own cuffs on him so they could take theirs back. I even gave him a pat down before swapping them out. And just like that, Brian was in my custody. We thanked the officers, walked him out, and headed across the lot toward our car. Hearts pounding, and that's when my roommate whispered, "Don't get in the car, don't get in the car." I turned around to see the arresting officer standing behind us. He looked us dead in the eye and asked, "Aren't you the two passengers from the vehicle I pulled over tonight?"
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a police station, dead of night. There's only a handful of officers probably on duty right now. You dumb fucks. I was surprised they weren't in there already.
You're fucking idiots. They were probably watching you the whole time.
Yeah, probably.
Busted. Our luck had run out. The lot had been empty when we arrived, but while we were inside waiting, the arresting officer had pulled in and was sitting in his patrol car doing paperwork. Probably his paperwork, idiot.
Yeah.
He watched us walk Brian out of jail like it was nothing. And you can guess what happened next. We all went to jail. By 8 a.m., our command came to get us. Back at base, I was told to go home, pack my things, and be ready because this wasn't going to end well. The next day, I returned and didn't leave base for 45 days until we deployed again. I was punished to the fullest extent of the Uniform Code of Military Justice. I disappointed a lot of people, and I carried that shame. But at the same time, I was infamous. Word spread fast. Everyone knew about the failed jailbreak. And for better or worse, it made us celebrities. People said we embodied loyalty. You had to admire the audacity, even if the execution was insane.
What
Thankfully,
kind of culture is this? What the fuck?
Hey, notorious for being a boys' club, and it sure is.
Holy.
Thankfully, this didn't end my career. I served out my enlistment honorably, and I've never screwed up like that again. Looking back now, it was crazy, reckless, and absolutely stupid. But it's also one of those wild stories that remind me of the bonds we had as brothers in arms. We tried to break a friend out of jail, and for a brief, glorious moment, it worked.
I don't know what else to say. This is just
idiots.
I mean, it sounds like OP is older and has grown and learned that he's like, it was stupid. I don't love that the rest of them were like glorifying this. It's like, no, they drove drunk. They were fucking morons. They could have killed someone. I don't know. It just, oh man, if I was like in that unit or whatever, and I heard that people like members of my unit did that, I'd be like, well, that's pretty fucked up. I don't want them here. You know what I mean? They're going to be making stupid decisions like that when they're off duty. Who's to say they won't make it when we're out, like doing something important? You know what I mean? So yeah, I
dude, we had a drug ring during like when I was in, and there was a whole ass investigation on that shit. I was one of the people who fucking was like, all right, go ahead and try to establish what kind of drugs were being sent. Like I was part of the investigating team, and that was fun. But it was also sad because then we were able to catch the people that were doing it, and they were in the same squadron as us, and we were just like, he did it. And got kicked out, went to jail. I think he spent a couple years in like military jail, which is bad.
Yeah, I mean, they should. This guy, like Steve said, should have ended his career. It should have. It honestly should have, because it's showing like your disregard for your position and like using your power to, get your way. It's just like, I'm glad it didn't work out. You know what I mean? Like this isn't a funny story. It's just, it's kind of sad and pathetic of how much they'll let you get away with in some areas. You know what I mean?
Now, probably not.
No,
well, actually, I take that back. Now it's probably even worse. But it sounds like this person like were able to do their full 20. The time that I was in around like from like 2013 to like 2020 or 2019, it was transitioning to I think it was getting a lot better in terms of like, all right, there's more access to like mental health. There's more access to programs like what I was doing in terms of like making sure people get home safely. It was starting to shift a little bit in terms of culturally, but from what I heard and then someone got voted, you know what I'm saying? And it kind of went back to like the same style. I had buddies tell me that like, oh my God, like you got out like the perfect time because like the culture has shifted really bad when it was improving so much when I was in still. So I don't know what the state of it is now, but from what I'm seeing, the retention is really bad, and I can see why.
Yeah, no, for sure. All right, John. Let's move into another one here. This is my second last one.
Ooh.
Posted by Apple Lover 38572. Title is, Am I the asshole for planning international travel without my children?
Ooh. I'm gonna go not the asshole for now. Maybe you need to take some me time, you know?
Fair enough.
And maybe the kids are one, not old enough to possibly go, or two, they're entitled little shits and they're little brats and they would just not even give a shit if they were there or not. So,
or three, they're adults, maybe.
or they're adults. They can probably go by themselves.
All right. So here's the reality. I have 2 kids. They are now 14 and 16. I've had 50-50 custody since I got divorced up until a few months ago. 4 years ago, my ex-wife got remarried and her husband advised her to start a custody dispute. I spent $165,000, which is basically my life savings, fighting for 4 years. For the record, my ex-wife's father is wealthy and paid all her legal fees. This comes into play later. The older child told the court-appointed therapist, I want to live with mom and only see dad every other weekend. The younger one just said they wanted to do 50-50. The younger one then changed their mind and said, oh, maybe 70-30 with mom. I just want the court stuff to be over, which is very heartbreaking to hear.
That is rough on it. And I have a question. Like, is there a certain age where they can choose which one they go to?
You're asking
someone
the wrong guy.
will.
I don't know.
Someone will. No, I'm asking that because hopefully
general,
someone in the
yeah.
comments, can answer. But yeah, that is unfortunate for the kids.
Yeah. I went to trial. My attorney fought like hell, but the judge said, given the children's age, their preference will take precedence and we won't split them up as it breaks their sibling bond. Well, my wife and I have been planning some travel with some of her friends, her sister, and their husbands. It includes 9 days in Spain and France. They picked the dates. We got the tickets, and the kids found out about it and have been asking me, we want to go. Why can't we go? I told my children this is something we planned for and we saved for. They asked if it was an adult-only trip, and I told them it was not and that their 15-year-old cousin was coming. They said it was not fair, we couldn't take them as they know we could afford it, and that it'd be the only chance to travel internationally. I told them, you're young adults now. You chose to spend the majority of time with your mother, and you got what you wanted, but choices have consequences. One of them is that you don't get to join me on things like this. Seems
Asshole.
unfair.
Yeah.
Fuck?
Wait, so they're going with their friends, but one of their cousin is going?
No, it's sister and like mom and then some friends as well. Yeah.
Oh,
it sounds like it's
okay,
a group
gotcha.
trip. Yeah.
Okay.
But
that's,
I don't
that
know.
would suck to be as a kid.
It's like, yeah, it's not your kid's fault they were put in a court battle where they had to choose between mom and dad. Like,
And it sounds like they chose mom a little bit more too, and you're a little bitter about it.
which is like, I don't know. I don't know if I'd blame my
On the
kids. It's not their fault. They're both very upset, and my younger one said, you're just mad we have more fun at mom's house. I'm afraid I'm being an asshole here. I'm happy to be wrong, but my gut is telling me what I'm doing is fair. So am I the asshole?
I'm going to go with yes here. I think like the way it was said and the way it was explained to the kid, that was the assholey behavior to me. It's like, yes, you're in, like, I think they are a little bit older. Maybe there are like, you can say like, hey, you can explain to them better that, hey, we've been really saving for this for a long time and been really wanting to go. Like, maybe I can make it up to you sometime. Maybe we can do like a family trip for us in the future.
Mhm.
Dangle some sort of carrot to incentivize them to not feel bad about the situation. I think you, OP, slapping it to their face that, well, you made a decision to fucking spend more time with your mom, kind of like what Josh is saying. That was the decision they made as a kid, you know, and it's like not
It was also the
entirely
court
their
that
fault.
it was the court that
Yeah.
agreed to their decision. So it's, you know, I don't know. Like the kids are put in an impossible situation to choose between their
Yeah.
parents. And then like months of court battles. I'm sure they're sick of it. It's probably traumatizing for them.
Of course.
I would have a impossible time blaming my children for something I'm putting them through. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or, you know, maybe you could be the adult in the situation, which you should be, and be cordial with the mom. It says because it seems like she married off to someone a little bit more affluent. It's I don't know if I've heard that correctly. It's like, hey, you know, the kids really want to go on this trip. Like, do you think we can go half? Like, could you help me make this possible type shit? Because you're not asking for personal reasons. You're asking for the sake of your children, which I feel like good parents, even co-parenting situation, would probably find a way to make that happen, to make the children happy.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I don't even think I don't think they're owed the trip. Like you don't have to take them on the trip.
True.
You could have just explained it like in a way that wasn't blaming them that they couldn't go.
Yeah,
be like,
they're old enough to understand that shit. They're like teenagers, you know?
Yeah. Just be like, hey, like we just can't afford that. I'm just going to go on a trip, you know, with my wife and her friends and stuff like that. You could have lied and said it was, I don't know, like it was.
They'll find out regardless.
Yeah, that's
you know
true.
that
Maybe
you know the little cousin's about to be posting that shit on IG.
Yeah, but there was a way to explain it to your kids that wasn't blaming them for their decision in court. And so, yeah, I think you're the asshole for that. You're not the asshole for excluding them for the trip. You're an asshole for not being a good parent and explaining that, you know, they aren't able to come for a legitimate reason, not a reason that's petty and vindictive.
Yep.
And Reddit agreed and said, asshole. Impossible Rain 4727 said, you made it about their choice rather than their unavailability. You're the asshole. You could have simply said, your mother has court-ordered custody over you during the days of our trip, and I can't change that. Instead, you went the blame route, and that is petty and asshole-ish. Don't blame your children for the difficult position you and your ex-wife placed them in. They didn't choose the breakdown of their parents' relationship, which is
That's true.
100% true. It's just like, and yeah, that's probably a better way to word it. Just be like, hey, I don't have custody of you guys for all of those 9 days. Like, I'm unable to change that. If your mom wants to, we can discuss it then. But that's, you know, that's a conversation we can have as a family or something like that.
He said straight up, blame the kids. Like, y'all made that choice. Be with your mom more. That's on you.
It's like, yeah, you made the choice to divorce mom. So what the fuck do you want from me? Yeah. Crazy.
All right. You said you had one more after this?
I got one more after this, John.
Okay. Well, I'm going to end it on a somewhat happier note. This one is from r/confession by LA_rim. The title is, I've been giving a stranger free coffee for months and I don't even know their name.
I want free coffee. That's super nice of you. I don't know. Yeah, what's going on, but it's nice of you to do that.
That's me and matcha. Don't give me coffee. I want matcha, please. Thank you.
This person would hand you coffee and you'd be like, matcha, please.
No, I don't want this. I'll pay for matcha. Thank you. All right. Story goes as this. I, 21 male, work at a small independent coffee shop. It's nothing glamorous, just a cozy place where people come in for their daily caffeine fix. And I've been there long enough to recognize most of the regulars by sight. About 6 months ago, this one person started coming in almost every morning. They always order the same thing, a medium cappuccino, sometimes with a croissant, and if they look extra tired. They never really said much, just smiled politely and tipped well. One morning, their card got declined. They looked so embarrassed, muttered something about transferring money later, and started to leave. I don't even know why, but I told them, it's fine, just take it. They looked so relieved, thanked me like I just saved their life, and left. The next day they came back trying to pay me double, and I just waved it off. It kind of became a habit after that. Sometimes they'd pay, sometimes I'd forget to charge them. It felt good. It wasn't about flirting or anything. I just like seeing them relax a little. Like, life is hard enough and a free coffee isn't going to bankrupt the shop. Here's the part I'm ashamed of. I never learned their name. Not once. For 6 months. I've been handing the stranger free coffee, having small talk about the weather, nodding when they tell me about their long work shifts, and I still don't know what they're called. It's a way past the point where I can just casually ask. Last week, they stopped coming. I don't know if they moved away, changed jobs, or just found another cafe. I didn't realize how attached I'd gotten until the routine broke. Now every morning feels weirdly empty, and I keep catching myself looking at the door. I keep thinking about how I'll never even know their name and how I basically just gave free coffee to a ghost who disappeared. I don't regret it, but I do feel stupid for never making it more than small talk.
Well, I think it was way more than small talk, in my opinion. So yeah, you're really downplaying. I think what this meant to this person. I'm sure the free coffee and hard times, like you said, it's not going to bankrupt the company, and it's a nice gesture to someone who's probably down on their luck. And I think that free coffee every now and then in the morning and your small talk probably help that person, get themselves back on their feet. And hopefully they're at a job now and they're working their way to getting back on their feet. And I think it always meant more to that person than you're making it seem.
Yeah. And it seemed like it meant a lot to OP because you got to display your humanity and just the empathy that you displayed to someone that you visibly saw that they were down in their luck. And you were just like, hey, it may not be much to you, but it meant everything to them. And sometimes that one small gesture of kindness is a snowball effect. Maybe it's something that is the catalyst to having her, like, maybe having a better day at work. Maybe this is that day where she got coffee and croissant from you that she put on her, or they put on their best, performance at work, or like they put out their best project and all that led to some better positive things for them. And hopefully this person is able to return the favor to the next person. And it's just nice hearing stories where someone gives back and not expecting anything. Mm-hmm. So it's always nice to hear those type of people.
Yeah, well, we definitely need that more in the world.
For sure. Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I hope they come back someday and update you and then just ask them their name.
Straight up, yeah. Or be like, what's the name for this order?
Yeah, something like that. I think they'd happily tell you. So,
yeah, for sure.
All right, John. That was a positive one. I have a interesting one that I'd like to get your take on, actually, with your expertise.
I don't know about if I'm expert in anything, but I'll buckle in.
I think you've got expertise in this. So,
okay.
This one's posted by Chanberry78. Title is Lost a Potential Job Due to Red Dead Redemption. I just can't believe this happened.
Is it your lumbago? Is it hurting you? Is that what it is? Is you all right, boy? You okay?
I was gonna say you both have, the job side of it, the hiring side, and then the Red Dead side as well.
I love if anyone has played Red Dead Redemption 2, I can never get past chapter 3. Once Saint Denis becomes available, I delete the game. I already know what's gonna happen.
It becomes too sad.
It's too sad. I'm not spoiling shit, but I legit cried in that video game.
Yeah,
it's ugly crying.
It was a great game when it came out. It was very excited for the next one whenever that happens.
Justine said expert in fucking I don't know. What a callback to our old theme.
All right. So basically I was in the middle of a process to get hired. I already did an interview and I was waiting for a call back, and eventually I did, but nobody could tell me what they were going to tell me. The human resource girl basically told me that they wouldn't continue the process with me because they were worried that they found violent photos and videos on one of my profiles. I was confused as fuck and asked what profiles, since all my social media is private, And of course, I'm not uploading graphic or violent content, not even memes that could be misinterpreted. The girl told me that the girl told me that it was a profile about a video game, and images and videos appeared where old people and animals were kicked, among other things. My jaw dropped, and yeah, it's true that I played Red Dead Online, and there are photos and videos of my characters and other friends doing those things in my account. It's a Rockstar game about outlaws. Of course, you're going to rob, go hunting, and do violent things. Also, in videos, me and my friends weren't even saying bad things. They were just tutorial type videos on how to rob trains or hunt difficult animals. What blows my mind is how they managed to find it. It's a 6-year-old ass account that I had back in the day. Not even my full name is in there. So here I am, paranoid about other possible accounts that I have and no longer remember. The digital footprint is dangerous. I understand that this happens with people who publish very violent or problematic content, but not with video game stuff from years ago. And that's the story, John. So how could they have found this?
I mean, there's a lot of systems right now where you can kind of skim through someone's social media presence. A lot of background checks. Companies now have some sort of a package that you include with social media, depending what company it is. But I used to adjudicate background checks and all that. I think there's a way where you can have this conversation with someone if they were really in the running and they were a really good candidate. A good company would sit down and have some sort of an extra interview, not really a formal interview, but just a conversation, right? Saying like, hey, we saw some things in your profile. Could you give me a little bit more information? Can you give me a little bit more clarity what that content is? I think giving the candidate an opportunity to explain what it is, I think it's a better way of going on about it, especially if they're, top 3 or top 2 people that you'd want to offer a job with. I think this person just didn't really do a great of a job of maybe they're not really, in the running for that job per se, and they just needed a reason to weed them out.
Interesting.
But the fact that they're still reached out to you and gave you a reason, it's a low bar, but at least this company provided you a reason why they declined you. Most people will just give you some sort of a generic ass, oh, we're moving on with another candidate. Thank you, blah, 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 for your time. So use this opportunity, use this feedback to clean up possibly some of the social medias you have, because it is possible that they can look into it. And there are a lot of companies and background check companies now that can, siphon through your social media history.
Yeah. God, I can't imagine if we ever have to go back to work, the hours and hours someone's going to have to scrub through our podcast.
Hours.
Oh, yeah. That is crazy, because it's there's video games that are, you're doing stuff that you would never do in real life, like rob a train. It's that's and it's Frey on our YouTube chat. They put, as a TA person, it's subjective decision of the recruiter / whoever made the decision. And I completely agree. Yeah.
I think a good talent acquisition specialist or a recruiter, like I said, would have that extra screening to say hey, can you just confirm with me? Because in a legal sense, when you're adjudicating someone's background check, you still have to give them that instance to rebuttal that information. So let's say I was calling you, Josh, and you were applying for a driver position, and you just happen to have some sort of a misdemeanor or that's past a certain look back period, whether it's 3 to 5 years or past 7 years, if it's felony or whatever. I still have to talk to you and say hey, could you give me a little bit more information? Could you just clarify what happened here? And that way
I was drunk driving and broke my friend at a military prison.
Yeah, well, in that instance,
seen as a hero, John.
Well, in this instance, this is a freaking driving position, and unfortunately, we can't move forward with you anymore. But good luck to you in your next endeavors, Josh. We'll call you again.
No, it's a funny story. Please hear me out.
But yeah, but I think most companies do more in criminal checks as opposed to social media. If social media, I don't know. I think that's too personal for me, in my opinion. That shouldn't dictate if person is hireable. It depends.
Depends. I was gonna say,
yes.
If you're posting like Nazi shit on Twitter, then like, I don't know if I want that person at my job. You know what I mean? But yeah, if you're just posting memes or something like that that are harmless, then it's like whatever.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I agree. Bat Addict says, how regulated are background checks? Like, to what extent do you look at someone's profile and look for proof of certain behavior? Or are they just stereotyping the shit out of people? Probably the latter.
It depends. It depends. Some company have built-in matrices that is set by legal. Like, they usually give you some sort of a guideline saying like, hey, depending on the role, depending on the position, let's say, you know, you are an accountant, or you having to do with money. If you happen to have a felony case for like fraud or any of those, like that could be something to be like, you know what? I don't think this person would be a good fit because they just have like a felony fraud charge. I don't think they'll be a good person to like work with.
Or like gambling debts, maybe? Would they look
or gambling debts? I mean, you know, as someone has done it in federal level as well too. So like in your SF-86 form, and if you have some sort of like gambling debt, that could be used as some way, like you could be easily coerced because that's a situation in your life that could be like, all right, maybe if we bribe you with a certain amount of money, your debts could be clear. So it's tricky. It's really dependent on whatever company, or, you know, depending on like the states as well.
Right. Yeah, that's fair. Wow.
Oh, that gave me a high a little bit.
I knew you.
Do I
were
miss
perfect.
it?
You were perfect for this.
Do I
John.
miss it a little bit? Holy shit.
No, you just love giving you know, your knowledge in stories.
The few times where I actually feel smart. The rest of the time I'm stupid as shit.
Well, I'm an expert in nothing, so Sean's at least got dancing.
He got that, and looking good with the hair too.
That's true. And perms.
Damn, do we just objectify? That's his job, is for us to objectify him.
He is an expert in that, being objectified.
Well, he is going to have a master's degree in a couple of years. So
that's true. It's true. Then he will be more educated than me.
God damn.
Well, he's already more educated than me. I don't know.
Both of us combined, brother. Holy shit.
Both of us combined, probably. Actually, that might be true.
Hell yeah.
But that's my last story, John. You're done too?
I am done too, buddy.
All right. Well, that was fun. It's been a while since we've been on a public live.
While. I mean, we got like a solid 5 minutes to kill if anyone had questions.
Yeah, any questions? We'll hold off in cutting off. But yeah, this will go live on Spotify, Apple Podcast, YouTube, Patreon, wherever you listen to the podcast. This will be available there after we're done our live. I just got to quickly edit it and then throw it up. If you want to get merch, head to redonwikishop.com. It's your last week and a half, 2 weeks to get the Kitty Rich merch or the Emo Ween merch. Don't know what October's merch is going to be, but Ass Holy is looking great.
Wait, I thought we're saving that for Christmas.
Oh, that's right. Christmas. Yeah, that's true. We could do that.
All right, we got some questions a little bit here, Josh. Parmesan is asking, are we taking any game recommendations?
Absolutely. We played Date Everything on the last $15 tier stream. So that was a wild one.
That was fun.
Front Dorian and back Dorian, if you know.
If you know, you know. But yes, if you're on our Discord, or if you want to just put up a comment like on our YouTube channels, I mean, that helps us out a lot, to be honest. So yeah, just say like, hey, recommend that you play X game next month or something. We'll take an account to it, and then we'll take a look. And we'll usually, what we do is, well, we didn't do it last month, but we usually pull it out to the patrons beforehand. That way, you know, we can also you can let us know what exactly you want us to play.
Oh yeah. Beanie Baby Gremlin says, how do you submit a call in with a personal story? So it's on our Discord. There's a specific channel. It's like submit story summary within call in show section of our Discord. It's like a section. So you go in there, you submit like a summary of the story you want to tell, and then a couple days before the call-in show, I hop in and then just see who's available to tell their story that night. And that's how we do it. Otherwise, if you aren't available that night, you can leave a voicemail, which is linked in our description, I believe. Correct, John?
Yes, sir.
So you can check that out on any of our recent episodes. There's a link to that as well.
Call me Juhan. Sent us $4.20. Blaze it up. Are you going to watch WrestlePalooza, John? Yes, I am going to watch WrestlePalooza. However, I am not a big fan of what WWE is doing right now in terms of like where they stand in a lot of things. So best believe I will be pirating that shit.
Allegedly.
Allegedly in a video game.
Caseology says, John, I'm 18 and joining the workforce soon. Any advice?
Ooh, I will say that like this is like the best time for you to kind of try out as much things as possible in terms of where you want to go. I always believe that a customer service position is always a good baseline to have in terms of your career set, because then you can take that anywhere that you want to go. And then not only that is LinkedIn will be your best friend no matter how shitty and fucking annoying it is. There's a lot of places too that you can just Google online where there's networking events. So let's say you want to get into a specific field. Let's say you want to get into computer science or something. Start getting to getting to know people on that specific field. Hit them up, DM them, say like, hey, can we have like a coffee chat for like 15 minutes? Want to pick your brain on like this specific industry, want to get to know it. So that way you slowly build your connection. If there's any networking events that's going on around your city, join that. I promise you, it's not about what you know nowadays, it's about who you know. And if you can combine both of them together with the experience, you're going to be set for life.
Hell yeah. Great advice. Andrea says, will you be doing a live video for the live show? Potentially. It just depends on the venue that we pick and if they have like Wi-Fi and good enough Wi-Fi and room enough for videos in our setup. So maybe, we're not sure yet, but we'll see. Like we'll let you guys know once we have all the details ironed out how that's going to work. But yeah, stay tuned for that.
Any other questions?
I think there's been quite a few. Jojo, not Joey, says, do y'all have advice for staying motivated about changing my lifestyle to be more active and healthy? I'd love y'all's viewpoints. I will say it honestly depends on who you are, because there are very different, ways people go about being healthier and stuff like that. My thing is setting one goal for myself and sticking to that. So like, beginning of September, I was like, I'm hitting 10,000 steps every day of September. That's my goal. And so far I've hit it, I think most days, which
Hell yeah.
Is great. And then just like, I like doing that where it's just like one goal for a certain period of time. I know I have to hit that. If I can do other things in between that, like eating healthier or working out, that's just a cherry on top of that. That goal I've set for myself already. That's me personally. It might be different for you. I'm sure John has some advice as well.
Yeah, I agree 100% with what Josh is saying. Like it's all about a personal thing. But for me, something that kind of worked is making it kind of fun, incentivize myself into like, hey, if I hit a couple miles this week, maybe I'll get myself like a treat or a cookie or something just to make it fun. So I have something to look forward to. But I think what made it more important, or what made it better for me in terms of like, being a little bit healthier, is that I was being more kinder to myself. Like that it's not a race, it's not a sprint, or like how it's cliche that it's not a sprint or it's a marathon type of shit. But be kind to yourself. There's going to be days where you don't feel like doing shit. Take those days off. But the days that you're like extra motivated, that's when you hit the gym or like you run a little bit harder. Continue to push yourself, but also listen to your body and your mind. If you feel up to it, don't do it. And if you can, just go a little bit harder. So that's my only advice.
Oh yeah. And I think that's a good one to end it off on. So We appreciate you guys stopping by and hanging out with us on this Wednesday afternoon. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like the video. Helps out the channel. We will be posting this later on today with, the intros, outros, updated timestamps and stuff like that. So stay tuned for that. And if there's nothing else, John, we can end it there.
That's it. Well, if you're a Patreon or YouTube member, we'll see you tomorrow with a brand new episode. Till then, we'll see you next week for another paid live stream. That's the one with the live call-ins.
That will be the call-in next week, actually. Good call-out, yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see you then. Bye.
Get therapy.
I'm not ready.
Get therapy.